Hey everyone, Kevin Carpenter here, producer and MC of Rolling in the Mist. First off, I just want to say I had a blast at Gen Con 2019. Thank you to Brenda Castleman, Mark Lewis, Scott Olejarczyk, James Moore, and Jacob, I didn't catch your last name, I'm so sorry, for joining my City of Mist one-shot at the convention. While we have a lot of fun making this show, at the end of the day, we're having fun playing the game, and I'm glad you all had fun too. We're going to be stepping up our meetups and convention appearances out here in Los Angeles, so be on the lookout if we host another game. Also, we've now added sexual humor to the disclaimer at the beginning of every episode. I feel like we've been making sex jokes the whole series, but we make a lot of them this episode, so fair warning. Don't worry though, we're not turning this into a sexual roleplay ASMR podcast anytime soon.
Or will we? I use veteran doctors' conk.
Anyway, one last thing before the session. If you've made fan art or fan fiction of Rolling in the Mist, please send it our way. We'd love to share it on our social media and even put it on our fridge. You might be asking, does this include my Eugene, Fritz, Otis, Melbourne / fiction? Yes. Yes, it does. So with that said, let's get into the session.
Rolling in the Mist is a series with fantasy violence, sexual humor, and worst of all, cussing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of Rolling in the Mist. I am your master of ceremonies, Kevin Carpenter, and joining me today are...
Pablo Milla as Eugene, Fritz.
And...
Ryan Bravo as Leo Castello.
And...
Jason Peguero as Samuel Payne.
And at our soundboard we have Chris Rangel, who doesn't have a microphone.
Boo! Hi there. My name is Chris.
That's a good impression.
Can you hear me? Little.
I was like, why does that sound so familiar?
So, we have just finished our last story arc, Birds of a Feather. So, before we go into our next story arc, which I will come up with the title at some point, I'm not sure. Stealing the Spotlight, maybe? I don't know.
You know what that sounds like? Odd loot kind of way of thinking. Lazy writing.
Lazy writing. Hell yeah, that's what we're all about. We are having another interlude session, which means my favorite move comes back, the downtime move. However, instead of you guys kind of splitting off into your own personal stories, I think we're going to be using this downtime move for something very important, planning a heist. So, quick recap, because these recaps always go like over 5 minutes or something like that. You guys are trying to find a book, because book bad. You kept getting the book stolen from you. You heard about this guy named Renfield who also took bad book. Renfield took bad book to club. Club, we met new character, Samuel Payne. Samuel Payne escaped from club and then got brought back in the club and then escaped from club again, then met our heroes. And now Samuel Payne is like, hey, that club I escaped to? Well, I need to go into club. And our heroes were like, yeah, let's go into club too. And now they're planning a heist.
Boom, record time.
Bravo was doing a countdown. I got it by the second.
You left out the part about George. George of Jungle.
Anywho.
That's what you sounded like.
And Cracker the Paris is along for the ride.
Yeah, I forgot the most important character, Crackers. Yeah, he's here. All right, so the reason I went through the recap so quickly, though, is because that I want to introduce a move that I talked about at the beginning, and then we never did, because I always forgot. The voiceover monologue.
Ooh.
You see, in City of Mist, usually at the beginning of every session, one of the characters starts out with a voiceover monologue. Now, since our sessions are like an hour long and a bunch of them would be like one regular session, it's kind of been skipping over that, but screw it. I want to do a voiceover monologue. So, in this situation where you guys are heading toward some building of disrepute, Samuel recommended it, so it's probably not that non-shady of a place. There was a better way of saying that.
It's a fine establishment.
Which character wants to start the voiceover monologue?
I'll do it. This would be Leo Castello.
Alrighty.
If not one thing, then it's another. Me and Eugene, after our little moment back at the apartment and the loss of Strange, we realized that the book was going to be found at, of all places, a casino. We made our way back through the dirty alleys of the city, and lo and behold, we came across a very, very familiar but strange sight nonetheless. We saw this very slick-looking guy picking a fight with a very... what's the best way to describe him? Holly jolly Christmas kind of guy. Picking a fight. And of course, Eugene, being the hero that he is, wanted to intervene. I had no interest in it, but hell, why not? I need to blow off some steam. Sure enough, Mr. Christmas pulls out what I'm guessing was a blade ring, and I was not having it. I didn't really like this other guy, but sure enough, he was in danger. We quickly dispatched him, and sure enough, turns out I was right. He was an asshole. But nonetheless, he had a bit of an interesting motive for wanting to get inside the casino, just like us. He wanted his money, and we wanted answers. And now, I guess, we're going to be working with this guy. I don't really much like him, but according to Eugene, he could be helpful. Just another day in the city.
All right, I like that.
Solid.
I can see some mysterious sax music playing underneath
Yeah, that's a tough act to follow.
that. Alrighty, so
And you play Careless Whisper.
stop. That's copyrighted.
All our copyrighted material will be sang through Chris Rangel, who is tone deaf. So we cannot get
It's
copyrighted.
technically original.
It's a remix.
It's awful. Just so awful.
Alrighty, so let's get right into the action. So, you guys were technically on the run from the law, kind of, sort of. And Samuel, you were the one that said that you had a place that the three of you could lie low.
I did.
Samuel, what is this place?
Well, let's just say $2 hotels are way nicer than where I'm taking them.
Is that the tagline of this
That's
hotel?
the tagline. No, I'm taking you guys to clearly, which is like a 30-minute motel sort of room. But these are the special kind of motels. They have ladies waiting for each room.
You're taking us to a seedy dime store brothel?
You got anything better?
Well, I mean, there's a Chuck E. Cheese over there, and over there. I mean, sorry. There's a.
Hold on, wait, hang on. Is there a Chuck E. Cheese in eyesight of the brothel motel?
No, it's a Bucky salami.
Well, I'll be honest.
Cheese salami.
I'll be honest. I think the moms need to drop off their kids while they're working.
You know, I mean,
I was going to say, the kids have fun while dad has fun.
man,
This is called the Family Fun District of town.
this just
There's
got
something
so
for
much
everyone.
worse.
Or you mean entertaining?
Entertainment District.
Would you say it was odd?
Samuel, what's this place called?
Fucking Motel 7, I don't know.
Come on, give me some. Give me what's on the neon sign where half the neon is faded.
Half the neon was faded. All right, the Paradise Inn.
Ooh. Let me make sure that's not an actual inn real quick.
I know, you probably want to check that.
Right.
There's the Inn at Paradise.
See, it's different.
Nope. There's a Paradise Inn in Suite.
Shit. All right,
Give me something else.
Of course there
Neon
is.
sign's faded, so it just says Dice in.
Ooh. I like it.
Ooh. It's a nice addition from our sound
who said
engineer.
that?
Cracker, was that you?
Crackers?
So this is known as the Dice Inn.
Syphilis afoot. Syphilis afoot.
Look here, if y'all gonna be scared to walk in and see a little bit of pussy, you might as well not even come with me.
Jesus.
Look, man, as long as, we're not catching anything while we're over there, fine. Do you know someone in particular in this little establishment?
I got a friend. You might even say she's the owner of this establishment.
We, pardon. I raise my hand. Eugene raises his hand.
What do you want?
Yes, thank you. We might say, or is she the owner of the establishment? I just want to know if we're saying it, or if, just for clarity's sake, if she is in fact the proprietor of this is she the owner? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just giving him like a cold stare. Before I go look at Leo.
Even I kind of like, what?
I look at Leo, I go, give me a reason why I shouldn't kill him.
Look, I guess he's asking is this individual in charge of everything, both the motel and the workers?
Sure, let's go with that.
And I look over to Eugene, I'm like, and you wanted to be friends with this guy?
Look,
I never wanted any friends.
look, I'm sorry it's not a 5-star, but it's a spot we can lay low and try to figure things out.
Now, He raises his hand again.
and I just kind of like grab his hand. I put it down. I'm like, Eugene, you have to raise your hand.
See it. I'm like, what?
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to know if you mentioned every room in the tavern, as it were, is equipped with a female escort.
Yes.
Yes. Is there any possible more private option in the brochure or on the menu or on the docket or on the? And I feel free to. I'm going to keep unless I get an answer.
I put my hand. Leo puts his hand on his shoulder. And says,
Look, if you want yourself a private room, you're more than welcome to get one.
Not remotely what I was requesting. I was.
Let's just go, and I just like push Eugene.
But I just thought.
forward. He's like, come on, let's go.
So the three of you cross the parking lot. The smell of
Across the street.
yeah, you cross the street in the parking lot. The smell of urine and gunpowder heavy in the air. This is not an empty parking lot. There's a few cars out here. One car has like a bunch of people just kind of hanging around it, wearing like tank tops and jeans all the way to their knees, and they kind of like scan your group as you walk across the parking lot, and immediately like as they go from Samuel to Leo, they lock eyes with Eugene, and they just like keep watching him in particular as you guys keep walking.
Oh, sweet, merciful.
Don't pay any attention to them, Eugene.
Don't give them a day of time. They'll just fuck with you.
Eugene starts to look a little green around the gills.
Yeah, they just keep watching Eugene as you guys keep walking, kind of like lions, like seeing which antelope is, the one with the broken leg.
Meanwhile, as we're walking by, I just kind of look at him. I just give like a snarky kind of look, like "What's up?" that sort of thing.
little tilt up of the head.
Yeah, I would say they just kind of look at you and they like nod their head and then immediately just look back at Eugene.
And I'm just straight forward. Not cool. Damn.
So the three of you make it over to the main office, and Samuel, this is kind of like your area. Who's behind the counter?
Well, it's an older woman. You can clearly tell she's seen a lot of things in her time, both good and bad.
Like a lot of things or a lot of action?
Both.
Okay.
Both. No nonsense, and she's hell of a tough woman. And coincidentally, she's Asian. Throw that in there.
What is the...
What's the coincidence?
You're about to find out.
You said coincidentally. She's Asian.
She's Asian, but it's not important to her character.
Exactly.
Or maybe it is. I'm not sure which is the... Continue talking about her.
All right.
All I'm saying is,
I know.
Meeting her is an incident. What is the other incident with which to comb? I'm saying, what is the other incident?
Look. This is an audio medium. Sometimes we have to mention people's race, but we don't have to mention it.
I don't think it's focused on the race. I think it's focused on what's the coincidence.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't care that she's Asian.
He's not focusing on the Asian part. Is what's the coincidence?
I think it's because I'm thinking of Toby when I'm saying all this stuff. That's why.
Is that someone outside the world?
Look, okay, you know what? I think that way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For our audience, Toby is a good Asian friend of ours.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay, great. Now
Hi,
we
Toby.
know the BTS very meta coincidence, and now you may proceed.
Okay, her name is Madame Tiet.
Minute.
Okay, say that.
I'm sorry. Gesundheit. What's her name?
Madame Tiet.
Madame Tiet.
Ah.
So, MC, I talked to God. What does this office look like?
Yeah, this place is. If you looked up shady in a dictionary, it would take you to an index for a much worse word. Pretty much, like the walls are just stained, and like the stains are different colors, so you know that there's just been a lot of different stuff happening in this one office.
There's a chalk outline on the wall, some dead guy.
No, there's actually like there was a chalk outline on the floor, but it's been rubbed off. But it's still but it was like in a half-assed manner, so it's still kind of there. Like you kind of have to squint in order to see the full outline, but it's definitely there.
Also stains like on the wall.
Yeah.
Eugene.
Like you want to say it's water damage, but
I'll tell you exactly what it is. And Eugene uses his enhanced olfactory sense in the room.
Brain blast.
And he notices
So roll the worst investigate move we've had so far.
Good so far.
What's your tags?
Can I use powered like group tags? Powered story, whatever.
Oh wait, this was your enhanced olfactory. Was that a tag that you have or a special move? That's a tag. Okay.
I have a tag called Enhanced Olfactory,
Right,
and
right.
I also have a power tag for the group called Catch Overlook Details.
Oh, okay. So if you use that, that tag is burned now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Oh, I'm
it's
not
a
going
crew
to use
tag.
that here.
Yeah, but I think we only get one.
Fine, I'll add one.
No, do it. Let's see what happens if we ever
No.
need it again.
No, we're about to do a heist.
We're not gonna burn her.
We're not gonna burn it on. Yep.
cum?
Yeah. I'm not gonna use
That'd
it.
be good detail for the
Let's
heist.
burn the tag right now on yup, that's cum. Already thought it was cum. Now I just want to
today.
But I want to know what all
This
the
is the real-
things.
this is odd
I want to know the
quality,
history
man.
of this room with my sense of scent.
Okay.
So it's a +1 to this. It's gonna smell. Here we go. First roll of the
smells
downtime.
pungent.
Let's do it.
Smells like protein.
And that's an 8 + 1. That's a 9.
Yep, that sure is cum.
Okay, so that was one tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess your one question is, what are these stains?
What are these stains?
Yeah, so here's the thing. 9 would mean that there's like a blowback. I'm going to say the blowback is you find out what the stains are. Your nostrils widen a little bit, like to an extraordinary degree for just a moment, as you just smell just urine, blood, cum, Sunny D. Why is that the one?
Because it's like one of those things doesn't belong. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. The first 3 words.
All of
with
the other
Sunny
ones,
D.
well, truly, all the other ones were bodily fluids.
They gotta rehydrate their electrolytes after the fucking.
I don't think Sunny D does that at all.
You haven't had the power of the sun.
Oh,
And of course, there is some of the water damage stains as well. But pretty much, you're able to tell that the stains that are around, like across from the desk area, are blood stains, and you can kind of extrapolate why that might be.
I'm surprising that Madame Tia doesn't smell like anything.
why is there cum in the lobby? They couldn't wait.
Dude, is this Rome? Fuck where you are.
All right, if this is all, I smell all this at once.
Yeah, and it's just you just get hit with it. I'm gonna say take a status nasty smell 1.
Are you seriously?
Hey, man,
Because I was gonna vomit.
Oh, okay, there we go. Then you vomit.
Yeah, Eugene,
vomit right in the
Eugene
middle
takes
of
the
this
rattling
woman.
from out the people staring at him outside. He takes that anxiety that he's still coming off of and adding that to this extreme sensation of disgusting and just lets it go right in front of the front
What
desk.
the fuck?
I say nothing and just look down. I look up and I ring the bell.
So do I take vomit one? What do I do?
No, that's just something
just
that
a
happens.
reaction.
All right, great. I vomited.
So
That's
there you
good.
go. That
I'm just looking at Eugene like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
And I just ring the bell again.
you ring the bell, and from a back room, an older woman comes out. She has this like puffed up red hair, like very 50s fashion. Like what do you call that? Like it almost
beehive?
looks,
It's a beehive.
Yeah, a beehive. Yeah, it looks like a
Man, I have
nuclear
a thing
bomb
for red
going
eyes.
off.
Okay, kill me.
They don't need to know it.
She's wearing this like silk black and blue robe, and but her face is like pockmarked with like scars and boils, but it's also like heavily makeup, like heavy eyeshadow, very heavy lipstick. And she also has like a cigarette between two like yellow stained fingers. And as she comes out,
She looks like Yzma from the Emperor.
Yeah, as she comes out, Eugene like gets back up and stands straight, wipes his mouth, sees her, and vomits some more. Continue.
she's just like, she stares at Leo, who's just rang the bell, and is just like looking straight back at her, looks at Eugene, who's vomiting on the floor currently, and then looks back at Samuel, and she's just like, you know, I'm not sure.
I was hoping this would be the voice.
I'm not sure who I'm more disgusted by right now. The boy that's currently throwing up in my lobby, adding another stain to this mess.
I don't remember having McBurgers.
You're cleaning that.
Burgers.
Mac.
Hey, what's your name?
I'm sorry.
I don't give a shit.
I put my hand in, is like, his name is Eugene, and I'm Dr. Castello.
Oh, a doctor in the house. Very nice.
May I ask what your name is, madam?
Madam Tiet. Now, here's what's going to happen. And she looks at Eugene. Either you're going to clean up that vomit or you're going to eat that vomit. You got the two options there, buddy boy.
One of my eyebrows like perks up like, God damn.
You're really feeling this right now, aren't you?
Holy shit, that's pretty ballsy.
She points toward a nearby closet. Mop's in there.
Go! Oh, yes, ma'am. He goes.
Yeah.
He goes. So
I'm just still like, not stone faced, but just like very just no reaction, just keeps looking at her.
So in the background, this whole conversation, Eugene is just getting a mop and, like trying to clean this up.
It's that dirty ass mop water.
Yeah, you look into the mop bucket. It has not been cleaned in months.
The mop bucket's worse than the walls.
The mop bucket's worse than the walls. Yeah, so he opens the door, grabs the bucket, looks at the bucket.
Oh, it's a cum bucket.
We know it's gonna into the bucket.
We're gonna
into the bucket.
We're gonna have to add something to the disclaimer at the beginning of this episode. Yeah.
I think they need a disclaimer.
So then Madame Tiet looks at Samuel and goes like, "All right, what are you here for?"
Madam, I'm in need of a room.
And she looks at you and then looks at your two companions. You know we don't let outside contractors come in.
It's not like that. I promise you.
You know groups.
It's not
more
like
expensive.
that. We need to lie low.
When do you never need to lie low?
Good point. But I need to lie low now.
All right, roll a convince manipulate here.
At this time, Leo's kind of just scanning the area to kind of get a feel of, just caution.
I use hypnotic voice and talk anyone into anything.
Oh, okay, very nice. So that's +2.
Yeah. 12.
Fucking. Okay.
You all heard it, folks. You all heard it. The MC
like-
wants to actually have us roll badly.
I know.
I mean, yes. That's what makes it dramatic.
Fuck you, man. All right, so I look at the madam and I go, Madam, please, have I ever done you wrong?
And your voice echoes slightly as you tinge your tongue with your power. And as you say your silver-tongued words, Madame Tiet seems to soften right in front of you and goes, "Oh, you're always such a charmer. All right, you can have one of my rooms as long as you pay for them."
Of course, like always.
"How are you paying?"
You mind if we have credit?
She blows smoke right in your face. "No."
Now look at Leo. Listen, I know we don't know each other. You got yourself a nice ring the madam can use. Why don't you give it up to get us a room? And I'll tell you more what my plan is.
I look down at the ring. I look up at her. How much for the room?
She looks at the ring, looks up at you. "For the three of you for a night. Yeah, that ring will do."
Cash.
"What?"
How much cash?
500.
Do you take card?
No. You think this is a reputable establishment to be taking card?
Reputable.
I take out my wallet. I said, "Here's the thing. I can't give you this ring." I look through my wallet. Is that something in the game that I have money?
I mean,
because I'm a doctor. I'm an ER doctor. I would think I have some fucking money.
Yeah, but you have $500 cash
Well, I
just
want to see
casually
like
on
how
you.
much would I have on me.
I would say you don't have $500 cash.
No,
I would
so
say
that's
like
like
since
how
you're a
much?
doctor, you mostly use your card. You may have like $20 for like a vending machine later, but
What kind of fucking doctors do you know, Kevin? What the fuck?
do you think I know doctors?
My doctors carry cash, man.
You see what side of town you're on? You're carrying cash here.
Yeah, because I know I can defend myself, Eugene.
I wasn't Eugene. Don't treat me like him.
Sorry, I just got lost in the character.
Did someone say something?
Just give the ring.
Why don't you give your ring?
My ring is different. Doesn't have as true value as that ring.
It's a
Crackers, give him the ring.
Crackers flies up, and is there like an upstairs out of
No.
this?
What does Crackers do?
This is the main office. So like Crackers immediately like flies up. It's like, nerds to that.
I just need Go ahead.
It flies off of Eugene's shoulder and immediately tries to like fly out of the office. Like, and he's currently like flying through the air looking for stairs or like a
Feathers and
window
shit
or
or
something
I
like
just
that.
think he's
We're
perched
talking?
somewhere, or you can't get him, or his ring.
Yeah, he's just flying around. He's looking for a perch right now. If you guys want to try to grab him, you can. That's going to be an act under pressure.
Look, I'll pay you back.
I take off the ring. I said, "Look, we want a room. But I want one of your girls in there with us. And I put the ring on the counter and I slide it for him.
Yeah, I'd say since you had like the success with your convince roll, she's just like, all right, what's your preference?
Do you have a girl that frequents the casino nearby?
The rolling note?
Yes.
Yeah, I might have one. And she takes the ring and immediately takes out like 3 cards, which are also stained.
Eugene.
I grab him.
As she does that, Eugene, you just hear the sloshing of that. That's gross. That's gross. You don't get to do that. He's mopping the floor as he mumbles to himself. It smells like smashed peaches on a summer sidewalk. Looks up, sees the cards. Oh God. Mops the other way.
I take the cards, put them in my pocket.
Room 13.
Thank you, madam. Always a pleasure.
Y'all have a fun night.
You too.
As we're walking out, I'm like, we're going to be in room 13 when you're done with this, Eugene. And I whispered over him, I was like, you better pay me back.
I would say through that whole conversation.
I've been mopping the whole friggin' time.
Yeah, you mopped
a little.
Like with your resources, you kind of just spread the mess around, but it was
but you don't even like dump it into the dirty water and like squeegee it out. You just, damn, you've never mopped the floor in your life, have you?
Oh God.
But pretty much you get to like a sort of done point. And then
I've spread it enough that you can just see the color of the floor again through it. Through a film. Yeah, it's through just a film of
I don't
sick.
even get bothered by it. I just walk straight out along with
Eugene returns to Madame Tien.
I keep forgetting you fucking. I want to call you strange.
Eugene returns to Madame Tien and hands the handle of the mop to her and says, "Your mop, miss."
She just kind of stares at you and goes, "Where'd you get the mop from, sweetheart?"
The closet.
Then put it back in the closet.
Back in the closet, it goes all right. And he puts it back in the closet, closes the door, turns around, looks her dead in the eye with like a half-open mouth, and just scurries away. Coming, boys! Wait for me!
The bird just flies out behind you.
And glides behind him and lands on his shoulder.
Let's get to the room.
All right, so
Don't try to push it. This is where great context is made.
so Star Wipe, you guys are now Star Wipe, you guys are now in the room 13 of the dice.
No, we're not in. I put the card in. And he's like, turn it around. It's not the right one. That's it. I just want to have it.
Wait, the cards don't work?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we not see this fine establishment? I wouldn't expect the cards to work.
I would say 2 of them don't, 1 of them does.
Thank you.
Just to get this plot moving along.
I'm not going back there. I'm going back down there.
So you guys go into the room, and it's one queen-size bed with very gaudy blankets. Like it looks like a 60s carpet.
Yeah, the shag carpet.
Yeah, shag carpet.
Gross.
There's a TV that still has like a box like shape, like it's not a flat screen. There's a bathroom and there's no door. Like the door has been off the hinges, and it wasn't professionally removed.
It's still like and the hinge is still there, ripped off with a piece of wood around it.
Yeah.
And then Samuel goes, well, home sweet home, they say. I just jump on the bed and just fucking kick my feet up and just
So
relax.
much dust.
Yeah, what comes out of the bed when he lays down?
Dust just envelops the room, and also one of like the legs of the bed, since you just jumped on it, just breaks, and the bed immediately just falls.
I puff a little bit of air out of my hand just to blow so the dust doesn't get in my face.
Yeah, and he buffers it into my face.
Sure, I'm gonna buff it right back at him, but sure, I'll buff it into you.
I get some debris. Syphilis! Help!
Close the door, boys. We got some talking to do.
I'm sorry. I close the door, it falls off the hinges. No. Oh, that's up for you to decide, Kevin.
No,
I close the door.
The front door closes, but it's like it gets kind of jammed a little bit, and you kind of have to push it in. Yeah.
No.
All right.
That's some nice Foley.
So, Samuel is currently sitting on the bed. Leo and Eugene, where do you kind of set up in this heist planning session?
If I'm thinking it's like one of those motels, there's gonna be like a big window right next to the door. I'm just gonna kind of rest against the wall, kind of peeking outside the window, just kind of surveying the area.
I'm picturing a dresser on up against the wall, near the corner of a wall. I'm standing in that corner of the room, touching nothing, and just has his arms crossed, like he's just hugging himself.
I look at Leo. I'm like, you can relax, son. Nothing's gonna happen in here.
And I kind of look at him. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll see it when I believe it. And I look at myself like, the fuck did I just say? And then I'm like, be cool. And I just keep looking outside.
Alrighty, so this is the interlude, which means you guys can use the downtime move, and but this is also sort of like the heist planning session. So all those moves like gaining 3 juice or gaining 3 clues or even marking like attention to a theme, like really story-wise, all that's aimed toward your guys' next mission. So you guys can choose what part of the move you do in order to prepare for the heist. So Samuel.
Okay.
Are you sort of leading the conversation on this heist planning?
Yes, I would feel like I would.
Okay. So you and I have sort of already talked about how you want to use the part of the downtime move, gaining 3 clues toward your next mystery.
Right.
And this is sort of Samuel sort of telling the group what he knows. So throughout this conversation, you can ask 3 questions about the casino, and I'll answer them.
Okay. What is the layout of the casino?
Fantastic. So I actually have a layout of this casino drawn out. And for all our listeners, you can see this really crappy illustration I spent a lot of time and effort on our Facebook or Instagram pages. I'm currently handing the floor plan over to Samuel. Samuel, do you want to describe it?
Okay.
It looks like it was drawn
would
by
you
a
want
fifth grader.
me, the MC, with my descriptive abilities to describe
No.
it?
You all remember how I wrote my notes. Let me just keep going.
Those
We
hieroglyphs.
essentially say that he's gonna draw this out on paper for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we would see it too.
So this illustration is what Samuel canonically drew out. That's why it's crappy.
Okay.
Then let me add by saying, all right, Samuel, since you already know that we're trying to break into this place, do you have some sort of map that could help us out, or what does the layout of this place look like?
I indeed do have myself a map. And I go into like my little vest pocket there and I pull out like clearly like a crumbled paper of, I wouldn't say it's like clean paper. It's been like I've been laying it out over time every time I've gone there.
I take notice of that. I'm like, have you been staking this place out for a while? Somebody doesn't just pull out an entire map of something just on the know-how.
Smart man always goes in prepared.
And I look over to Eugene and realize he's just still freaking out about the room, and I just look back.
I look at Eugene. I'm like,
definitely.
you all right?
I'm just a little concerned. Wasn't there supposed to be a female companion?
And then you hear,
No.
right?
And then I fight such a hard urge to be like, don't worry, Eugene, you'll get your rocks off. And I go over and I open the door. Well, I struggle with it because it's fucking jammed.
So, yeah, you open up the jam front door and you see a woman there who still has the look of a lady of the night, but is also putting on this kind of like classier interpretation of it. Like, she has this like red leather jacket over like a black tank top and this tight black mini skirt. She has long blonde hair and makeup face, but the makeup is done in this like artsy style. She has like purple lipstick and like eyeshadow and eyeliner that's just like
Like the cat eyes thing?
yeah, it's gone to a point so crisp that she could stab a man with
So
it.
what you're saying is there was effort.
Yes. Yeah, no, she looks great. She actually also has one of those like old-timey cigarette holders.
Ah, okay.
Very
Like,
long.
yeah, like very long with like a lit cigarette at the end. And she takes the cigarette holder to her dark lips. So, boys, I heard that you're all gambling, man.
Please come in, miss.
You can call me whatever you want, sweetheart.
Well, miss, whatever you want, sweetheart. If you actually have other clients to attend to tonight, that's really quite all right. Neither of us will be.
Shut your mouth, boy. Mm-hmm. Let the lady come in.
And I open the door a little, I kind of walk with the door out or in, just to let her in.
She walks in. You can see that she's wearing these red high heels with glitter on them.
She clicks them and she fucking just books it.
And she goes, "The name's Daisy. Daisy Everett."
Daisy, huh?
And as soon as the door closes, she puts her cigarette holder down and goes, "All right, so how are we doing this, gentlemen?"
And I kind of look over to Eugene. Yeah, Eugene, tell her how we're doing it.
Well, I thought he slowly, shiveringly looks at her and says,
"Miss Everett, my friend Eugene over here."
"No."
Is this his first time?
Is this his first time?
I was gonna get to that.
No.
You see, the boy here's shy.
All right.
She looks at Eugene and gives a big smile. It's like, "Oh, well, let me tell you something, honey." And
You really don't have to.
She steps over to Eugene and then puts fingertips to his chest and kind of just starts climbing with her fingers to the top button of his button up.
Is it a consent
You just see
form?
the camera cuts to both me. We're just kind of looking at each other God damn.
And as Daisy puts her fingers around the top button, she goes, "Don't worry, honey. It's not my first time." And she unbuttons the top button.
All right, I think that's quite enough. That's good. That's very good.
She'd be "Ooh, I like him hairy."
Go easy on
Doesn't he
him.
have a lot of hair and shit?
I don't know if he has. I think only when he's beasting out does he get a lot of hair.
This is important. Is Eugene beasting out right now?
He's not beasting out, right?
Yeah,
If
she'd be
anything,
"Ooh."
he's cubbing in. He's not beasting
I
out.
look at Daisy. Go easy on him. He's green as goo shit.
She turns to you two and goes, "Well, are you joining in?"
Fortunately, I will not be. I have some business to attend to.
Well, you still have to pay if you're watching.
Of course.
I'm
Eugene.
actually the one who requested you, Miss Daisy.
Oh, that's right.
She turns to you, Leo, and goes "Oh, so you've heard of me." And kind of takes her hand off Eugene and turns to you.
Eugene breathes again.
"Is that a good thing or a bad thing, honey?"
Yeah, it depends on what kind of answers you give me.
And her smile kind of drops there and it's just She turns to Eugene and goes "I'll get back to you."
That's all right. Take your time. Thank you. Eugene walks his way to the bathroom, where I'm assuming there's a bathroom in this room.
Yeah, there's a bathroom, but there's no door, so you just kind of walk a few feet away.
He just runs the sink and starts splashing his face.
He makes it midnight.
So Daisy walks over and just kind of sits in the one chair that's in the room that also dust kind of creeps up. And she grabs her cigarette holder and puts it to her lips. "All right. So what's happening here?"
Before we get to the young lady, let's get down to business. I here got myself a map of that damn casino. Ins and outs, everything we need to know. Before I hand it over, can I trust you two jokers?
I take a breath. I'm still leaning against the window, kind of just still keeping an eye out. Well, look, we didn't really get off to a good start.
No,
but
we
it
did not.
seems that we both have interest in this place, so I want to say you could rather trust us, because I'll be honest, I don't really trust you, but we're both men who have an objective, and I think we can reach that objective one way or another.
Eugene reemerges from the bathroom, wiping his face dry with a hand towel, and says to Sam,
With complete candor, Mr. Samuel, what truly do you have to fear from me?
and then he sniffs the hand towel.
Oh, God damn it.
Goes back to the bathroom.
And I said, I'm like, Eugene, nothing's clean in there.
I know!
And I'm just listening for the back, like, Jesus.
That boy ain't right.
And Daisy's kind of watching all this going on. She kind of puts two and two together that the purpose of this meeting isn't entirely sexual. And seeing that you pulled out a map, she's just like, "Oh, All right, y'all do whatever conversation you need to be doing.
Thank you, miss.
Does she like sit in a corner or something?
Yeah, she's just sitting in a chair, just kind of watching all this. Like, she's just like, you all already paid for my services, so,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. The ring paid for it.
Yeah. We paid for the room. The room comes with the lady.
Can Crackers like hang out on her shoulder?
Yeah. Crackers flies over to Daisy Everett, and Crackers being like, lovely lady.
And I just stare at Crackers. Is that bird talking?
Yes.
Yes, that's Crackers from the bathroom.
And Daisy's immediately like, "Oh, how cute!" And she's just like starts petting like Crackers.
And as I'm like, anywho. So you two I can trust?
For the most part, we got the same objective, so yeah.
Yes.
All right. Look it over. Hard work went into this.
I look at it, I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, what, did a fucking third grader draw this? What the fuck is this?
Look.
No, you don't know what I was thinking in my head, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, This is the first floor?
Yes.
And I'm guessing this is the balcony right above it.
Correct.
And this seems to be, that's where the vault is.
That would be the back room on the first
That's
floor.
the back room, I see. Well, okay.
If I'm correct, your book is in either one of two places. And I asked that. I see the map back. It's either going to be in the vault or it's going to be in the main office. And the reason why I think it's going to be in the vault is just because a lot of valuable stuff is in there besides the money.
No,
They
I
keep
think
extra
so.
things. The main office, however, is where that bitch is held up in.
What bitch?
Dahlia Ality, the one who runs the casino.
And I kind of look at Eugene and me. Wait, the sister to... You mean the sister of M. Elodie, the singer?
You know her.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to notice a song like her.
That's her sister. Melody performs. Dahlia watches over.
Okay.
Is there a managerial relationship between the sisters?
As far as I can tell, Melody only sings. Possibly has nothing to do with the casino, but you never know. This could be a family thing.
How did you come across all this information?
In terms of the map or just in terms of
In terms of the map.
Well, you see, my friend, I'm an avid player of cards, and I love to skim the house. For a while now, I've been hitting it, but I've noticed strange things going on in there. And I kept hitting more and more until eventually I started realizing the high rollers are playing for more than just cash.
I'll look over to Eugene.
What do you mean?
Well, let's just say Mr. Christmas is a common person. There's some other people in there I'm not familiar with, and I am an avid gambler at that place.
So are they dealing with something more than just money?
Not sure. Haven't been able to get in the back.
Interesting.
These gentlemen play at the high rollers tables. I've only been on the floor. I was trying to make my way up there, but I just remember getting my ass kicked, and then I got out.
You have an absence of memory, you mean?
And then I started thinking to myself, like, yeah, fact. We met in the alley, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting hit and waking in the alley. That don't seem like the MO. That'd hold me up, but I'm in the alley. Just got the shit kicked out of. Huh.
Dr. Castello, is it possible for a man to be hit so hard that he loses his memory, but not be hospitalized?
I mean, there have been cases where individuals have been hit due to extreme blunt force trauma and then, functions off of their basic motor skills without even being self-aware. So that doesn't sound too surprising to me.
But such a blow would cause a concussion, wouldn't you think?
Depending on how thick the cranium is. I mean, and I look at him kind of trying to crack a joke. It's like, he seems pretty thick-headed.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second.
I just threw a lot of fucking science at him.
Anyways,
Zinger!
what was your name again?
Me?
Yeah.
Eugene Fritz.
All right, Genie. Here, take a look.
That nickname is not canonical. All right, let's see what we've got here.
So,
And he looks at the map.
So Eugene, you take the map, and what strikes you first, there's the main floor, and that's where like the slots are, roulette. There's like a little like triangle bar in the center, with like the shelf in the back, and then like the bar counter in the shape of a V, the whole thing creating a triangle. There's a stage in the top right corner with like tables and seats around it, sort of where like the actual musical performances are made.
Right.
And from the entrance, which is in the bottom left corner, it immediately opens in the stairs that go to a balcony, which is the second sheet in your hand. The balcony has the High Rollers Lounge, which has tables and chairs set up at the edge of the balcony, mostly so people can see them on that balcony, because this is where like the important people go.
Really show them off.
Yeah, and there's, sort of like couches and all that in the corner. On that balcony is also where the main office is, where Samuel told you that's where Dahlia Elodie usually sort of holds up. And that's also where, if there's like a super, super high stakes game, would be in there. Because everything else on the balcony is sort of open. Also, like the corner where like the couches are in like the top left of the map, because the rest of the club can't really see that corner. That's usually where more illicit stuff goes on, like, drug use and other bad things.
Behind the scenes sort of stuff.
Yeah. So, to get up to the High Rollers Lounge balcony, like people only see what's on the edge of the balcony. So that's where like really important
so they
people
don't see
go.
this area right here. They don't see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's built in a way where there's people up there, but you don't know what they're doing.
The other big thing about this casino, going back to the first sheet on the main floor, running along the north wall next to the stage are poker rooms. That's where Samuel had his game. Those are where, like poker's played, and that's where a lot of like the high stakes games are played as well. However, in the top left corner of that map is a room that goes toward a back room. So that door goes to a small room that then leads to another door that leads to the actual like back of the casino. So that's where the vault is, which is just this huge square, thing in the middle of the room. It's not connected to any of the walls. Around it on either side are supply shelves where they would have, like cards, casino chips, but also alcohol and other stuff. And in the back of that room are reinforced bay doors. And Samuel, you say that like these are super reinforced, like heavy steel. This is where like trucks would, come in to unload supplies and all that, but also like take money to the bank and all that.
And it's the back of the building.
It's the back of the building.
Essentially the loading dock doors of the building.
But they're super reinforced.
Weird setup.
So on the on the south side of that room, their walls neighboring the poker rooms are two offices, sort of like for regular accounting and other business purposes. And then there's the break room, which I have labeled the breaking room, because Samuel, that's where you were taken to get the shit kicked out of you, or at least in the other times that you've been taken there to get the shit kicked out of you, because you don't remember the last time you were in there.
By the father and son thug duo.
That's right.
Benny and Lenny, yeah.
Benny and Lenny.
Yeah, it was Benny and Lenny.
Fucking lazy.
If you enjoyed Benny and Lenny, what was Lenny's voice?
He was like really high pitched.
If you enjoy Benny and Lenny's scenes, send in some fan art to our Instagram. Ain't that right, Lenny?
Yeah.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Or else.
I love that.
So that is pretty much the picture of the casino. There's the main floor. There's a balcony overlooking it where, the really like big people go. And then there's the back of the building where the main vault is and the supply shelves. And that's protected by reinforced bay doors at the back of the building. And then, the actual like main floor of the casino in the front of the building. And of course, security is tight.
Eugene, what do you make of all this?
Well, believe it or not, as thorough as the main floor and all of the accoutrement of the establishment are thoroughly grafted here, Mr. Samuel. What's his last name? I'm so sorry.
Payne.
Mr. Payne. What catches my attention the most is actually those reinforced doors in the back of the facility. For you see, we haven't been 100% thorough with our intentions and necessities on this mission with you, for the man who owns Crackers, our sole informant, from whom we got the information on the book that lies within, perhaps in this vault, also was involved in some more illicit activities regarding possible hostages. Women that were kidnapped by some sort of hypnotic means and brought into a truck to the back of the building, which I can only imagine by this layout, leads directly to those reinforced barred doors. Do you know of any other secret rooms in this map that they may have been brought to, kept in, or perhaps any other activity besides gambling and drinking you may have noticed in the casino?
I take the map and I start looking. Kidnapped women. That's new. I know the Rolling Note has its shady business, but that's different.
You've never seen anything happen up there in the high roller area?
Like I said, fortunately, the high roller area is hard to see from the floor.
But you did say that you had noticed some more illicit characters just showing up in the casino, like Mr. Christmas and Robert. I can't recall.
Well, maybe. I don't want to say yes or no without actually knowing. And then I kind of look at Daisy. Miss, you've been to the casino. I've seen you walk around there once in a while. You know anything about these kidnapped women?
I mean, in my line of work, you always hear about women disappearing, but most of the time it's just because of some asshole. Haven't heard anything, though, about kidnapped women being at the note. After all, most of the women there, they're willingly and well-funded.
What about yourself? You ever been to the high roller tables? You're a classy lady.
I've been up there once or twice on the shoulder of someone else.
And what did you see?
We're talking about the balcony, right?
Yes, the high roller area.
Of course.
What I saw, it's interesting to see who wants to be seen on the balcony and who doesn't. Because, you always have the celebrities that are on the balcony looking out. From all walks of life. Singers, actors. I've seen Mayor Dents up there once or twice.
The mayor himself, huh? You don't say.
Oh, yeah. He comes to the establishment, every now and then. Not to be seen as a gambler, more to be seen as a socialite. I think he sort of shows it more as sort of like a photo op or something like that. Like, oh, the mayor isn't just a goody two-shoes. He can enjoy the nightlife as well. I mean, I've never seen him inquire any services.
Why, Miss Everett, you are an intriguing woman.
I've been called worse.
How is security up there? You probably taken a gander at the guards here and there. What are they packing?
Roll convince here real quick.
Ooh,
What tags are you using?
Doctors.
And in the future, that'll be a shirt you can buy. I'm actually going to use my new ability, an eye for weakness, to see if she does in fact lie to me.
Okay, so it's more like well, here's the thing. She's not sure if she should tell you yet.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to use veteran doctor's card. No.
If you don't have any...
I got nothing.
Okay, go for it.
Think of it. I'm at the smooth talker unlike Mr. Payne over there. That's a 7.
Okay, partial success. She turns to you and is like, here's the thing. I was paid to be in this room for physical services. If you want intelligence services, you're going to have to sweeten the pot there, babe.
And then I look at Daisy. I go, Miss Everett, please. Surely you can do us a solid. And I'm going to roll for my convince.
Go for it.
I'm going to use hypnotic voice. Talk anyone into anything. But I'm also going to use greediness kill the... No, I'm not going to use greediness kill the cat. So 1.
Is that your weakness tag?
Yeah.
All right, so how does greediness kill the cat applying here?
I'm basically... As I'm talking to her, I'm saying like a lot of stuff. I'm saying like a lot of things that would probably like overwhelm. Like, hey, okay, you're getting too friendly. You get what I'm saying? Like almost like
crying too hard.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, go for it.
Cool.
So just a +1 then.
Yeah, just a +1. 6, 7.
Barely.
She looks at you and goes, Samuel, I know you to be a cheap man, and I know that you'll try to go around any way to keep from paying up, but here's the deal. I'm hearing y'all coming up with a plan to go into the note, and quite frankly, I want in.
What do you want? Who keeps laughing?
God? Sorry, that was me. That was Chris. I'll be quiet.
Daisy smirks and goes, I want a cut of whatever you're stealing. And if you're breaking into the vault, I imagine that's going to be a rather big cut.
Greedy whore! And Eugene just stuffs his face into the cabinet below the sink and closes it.
Well, look, Daisy, if you want to be a part of this, fine. You can make yourself useful. We're not after money, me and Eugene and Mr. Crackers over there. We're after something a lot more valuable than money. Mr. Payne, I don't know what he's after. That's his business.
My money.
His money, then. And I kind of took a moment. I'm like, well, that didn't go as I planned. I was like, you could take whatever you want from the vault if we get out alive and if we all do our part. Now, let me ask you something, as you're very, not really inclined to give us a lot of information. We still need to know what at least you're good for in making sure this heist is a success.
You're the one asking me for information.
And I have yet to receive it. You want to be a part of it, then.
Alrighty, then I guess I'm part of this merry little band. So, what was the question you were asking?
So, Daisy, since you're the only one of us here that's ever been to the high roller table, and Mr. Payne, I'm guessing you've never been up there, what's the security like up there?
I mean, they got security posted at the bottom of the stairs, at the top of the stairs, in the corner, just in case a fight breaks out. And of course, they've got 2 guards at the main office.
You see guns on them?
Oh, yeah.
What kind?
The kind you can hide under your shirt.
That's a lot of guns you can hide under your shirt. Did they seem big, small?
I never got a good look at them, and quite frankly, I'm thankful for that.
So I'm guessing they're a little trigger happy then.
Like I said, I'm thankful I never got into a situation where the guns had to get pulled out.
What about cameras?
That I never paid much attention to. They've got them. It's a casino, baby.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying, do you remember where they were stationed at?
I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top of my head.
All right, we ain't getting anywhere with this.
If I may.
He raises his hand.
And I just grab his hand. Jesus.
Why do you always do that?
You don't need to raise your hand. We're adults
I'm
here.
just trying to be polite. Miss Daisy.
Yes, hot stuff.
Part of me is like, why don't we just give her Eugene?
I heard that. Miss Daisy, if I may, and I don't mean to be disrespectful or patronizing, but I just wonder what skill set might you provide our little ensemble?
Let me tell you something, Eugene. No one pays much attention to a lady of the night. And as she does, she pulls out your watch.
Oh my gosh. And then Eugene starts rubbing his wrist and
I
realizes
just chuckle
that
like, smooth.
She throws you your watch.
he fumbles it and then catches it.
Yeah. While you were looking at the one hand on your button, the other was on your more valuables.
What? She doesn't mean your jewels.
And Eugene back kicks the cabinet.
Miss Everett.
Ow!
You're the master at the sleight of hand, I see.
I'm definitely more than an intermediate.
What about you jokers? Got any skills that could help out in that sort of situation?
Well, let's just say I can make people bright up, you know? I can light them up in a very interesting way.
Oh, thank God you have drugs. So, are we talking ecstasy, acid? I don't do PCP. Well, I haven't done in a while.
Let's just say I have the magic touch to make people feel good or feel a whole lot worse if they cross me.
Kinky.
Let me try. I suppose one could say his skills are rather more inflammatory.
He looks around the room.
It's just a straight dead face, like, what the fuck?
More like your quote unquote drugs. They cause more things to be inflamed.
Wait, hang on. Does he have the virus?
No.
What virus are you referring to?
I mean, any
Gonorrhea,
of them.
AIDS,
Herpes,
crabs?
chlamydia,
Don't say syphilis. Don't say syphilis. Don't say
syphilis.
And I kind of just look at it as like, no, as a medical professional, I make sure to keep up with my vaccines. I look over to Payne. I said, well, Payne, I mean, you seem to be the more skilled in this sort of, backwater thing. How do you think we could use her?
Well, any man looks good with a nice lady attached to his arm. Fortunately, you are not those two men, so she will be accompanying me.
Really? Didn't you just say that
I'm
you
okay
had a
with
run-in with her? Not her, the lady of the casino. She'll clock you and get you the hell out of there as quickly as you step in.
It's true. An unfortunate circumstance is that our most familiar player is, unfortunately, the least welcomed.
And then I stand up, kind of like, dust myself off that dust that's been on me since I jumped on that
crabs and AIDS that came from the...
And I display one of my abilities, which is the illusionary appearance.
Okay. I don't think you even have to roll for this.
Really?
Yeah.
Straight out fucking Game of Thrones, Mad of Many Faces.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna say this is kind of the same as like Leo just kind of putting some flame in his hand. Like you're just kind of demonstrating this. When you actually do it to like break in, then we'll have you roll. But for this, just for showing off your abilities, just do it.
Okay. And I'm like, gentlemen, prepare your eyes.
Eugene takes off his glasses, just on his shirt, and puts them back on.
I just kind of like put my hand over my head and I kind of do this, and the face changes like just to. I'm gonna be like just like completely different person. Like I'm.
What celebrity do you most look like?
That's a good question. Daniel Day-Lewis.
No, I don't look like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Just for the viewer, just for the listener's sake.
I'm trying to remember the actor's name who played Gambit in X-Men.
Wolverine?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that actor's name. Can you look it up?
He's a
real quick?
pretty boy. He's a pretty
Yeah,
boy
it's
guy.
pretty boy.
Yeah.
I don't look like him. I'm not gonna look like him. That's what my appearance.
That's what you naturally look
Yeah.
like. Okay, got it. And what would you look like now after you've done the whole face change?
Taylor Kish.
Taylor Kish.
There we go. So if I would look like him,
So let me just ask the question again.
yeah,
What celebrity do you look most like?
Taylor Kish.
Okay.
That's how I look like. And so
great.
when I do this little appearance thing,
I think I'm laughing because
I look like Ja Rule. So in just an instant,
Isn't that Ja Rule?
Ja Rule, hey.
Interesting.
What did you roll? What, like dice?
Eugene doesn't know who that is.
And I kind of look at him like, never mind.
What?
He looks like someone famous. Either way, how the hell did you do that?
It's one of my unnatural abilities.
Could you do that on someone else?
I've never tried.
And I go, I was like, try it on me then. And I walk up to him.
All right. I put my hand over his head.
All right, so that's gonna be a roll.
All right.
Slaps me in the
This is gonna be.
Like, should I just slap him like a bah?
All right, change the game, my friend. What tags are you using?
Illusionary appearance, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunist.
Mm,
It's an opportunity to show off.
Yep.
Let's say describe how you're going to use it.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna use disloyalty.
Why?
Why? Just because I haven't really trust him, so I have no loyalty to show him off my ability.
He can actually fuck me up right now.
Yeah.
I would say though, like the purpose of this is to like get them in your good graces more. So I would say no to that.
Can I use greediness kill the captain?
No.
Look here, goddammit.
I,
All right, here we go. So, I do the little, Jedi hand swoosh. 10, 11, 12.
all right. So what do you make Leo look like?
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig
Kristen Wiig.
from Sunday Night Live. Sunday Night Now.
Saturday Night Live.
No, but it's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
What? Saturday. Friday Night Lights?
Friday night now.
Friday day.
Friday Day Lewis.
Yeah, trying to.
So Samuel waves his hand over Leo's face, and his face immediately turns to that of Kristen Wiig.
Or Riston Kig.
So take.
I'm sorry.
we can use celebrity names.
Okay, cool.
I think we're good with that.
Fine.
All right. So take.
Those were the last words Kevin Carpenter ever said after
Then we
Arnold got
got
sued
sued.
for millions of
Facebook
dollars.
gave him
Out
space.
as.
Cease and desist.
Leo, you now have the status Kristen Wiig too.
Is that good or bad?
As I do, I go, holy shit, that worked.
This is a great
And I
idea.
look over to Eugene like, Eugene, how do I look? voice. I still have the
But
same
you
voice.
have the same voice.
I know. I mean, he just changes my face. It doesn't change my voice.
Eugene gives you the same look I actually just gave you. Just like
Utterly shocked.
eyes wide, mouth agape.
What's Daisy's?
Daisy, like, her eyes are wide as this is all going on, and then she just kind of takes another hit from her cigarette holder, and then just goes, I hate that I've seen weirder.
We kind of look at her like, what the fuck?
Meanwhile, I'm jumping in. Holy shit, that worked.
I walk over to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! I look like that one guy from Saturday Night Now. And I walk out. I'm like,
That one guy.
do you know how long this lasts?
On me, as long as I keep focus, it'll hold.
I walk up to him and I slap him in the face. Just to make, like, if you lose concentration, and I slap him in the face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not even rolling for that. Just you slap him real quick and
does it disappear?
just- yeah, both of you guys just poof.
And I'm like, interesting. So it seems that physical pain kind of loses concentration, and thus the spell disappears.
Yeah. It only worked for me, though. I never tried it on you. Looks like I have to hold my attention for both of us.
Interesting.
Yeah, you actually still have a little bit of Kristen Wiig since he did such a good job. So like the face is back to Leo, but the hair is still there.
like a little white on.
Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, God.
You actually,
have I done?
You look like an abomination.
This might be a good time for me to exercise my own exhibition of expertise.
And I stop you for the look. You can keep it in your pants until we're gone. You can have it all by yourself.
That's not, again, remotely what I meant.
I've seen you get burly and hairy. We know what you can do.
I said observe.
And he takes whatever. It's night, so I'm sure there's some dark corners of this room that's not probably very well lit.
Oh yeah, there's one lamp.
There's one. Great.
One shitty little
Great.
light.
That's excellent. There's one shitty lamp, and I push up my glasses up the bridge of my nose, or Eugene pushes up the glasses up the bridge of his nose, waves his arm with his palm ending on facing Leo's half Kristen Wiig face, and half the shadows of the room crawl across the floor up Leo's body and culminate on his face, so that on his face you can just see black. Really, you can't see his face anymore beneath the shadows. I've moved the shadows to create a mask.
And I'm just saying,
On him.
God damn.
What did you do to me, Eugene? I walk over to the mirror, just like waddle over.
But you hit the door, the wall next to, you hit the door frame.
Oh, I can't see anything. What am I, covered in shadows? He's like, what? I can't see my hand. What? Did you make me blind, Eugene?
Oh no, nothing slightly of the sort.
He moves the shadows away, walks over to Leo.
If I wanted to blind you, I would do this.
And grabs him behind his head, looks into his eyes. My eyes go white, and so do yours. And now you're blind.
And I'm like, I use veteran doctor's calm. No. All right. I'm like, Jesus, okay.
Eugene bashfully turns back to Daisy and Sam and curls himself in humbly and bows
Well, I kind of walking around.
while Leo's walking around.
And so I put my hands on my eyes and
Microphone.
okay, sorry, I forgot. Damn it, I should buy fucking lavaliers. I use Keeling Factor on my eyes to kind of regain sight.
Okay. Yeah, so
We just kind of just all displayed our powers.
yeah, you guys are all so you guys are all displaying your powers.
And I'm like, God damn it, Eugene.
Yeah, you rub your hands on your face, you wipe away the shadows,
Yes.
and also the Kristen Wiig
Literally, I
remnants.
fucking Picasso all your fucking powers.
Yeah, you un-Picasso your face, and
I had one more thing I wanted to do.
okay.
Yeah. I was like, damn. Well, I only got one more trick. Eugene, catch. I flick my coin towards him so he can catch it.
And Eugene fumbles it, but then catches it. Yes.
And it fucking just drops like
Like a ton.
Oh, like a ton.
Like you can't even hold it. Like it's Thor's Mjolnir. Like as soon as you grab it,
This is
boom.
gonna be cool because I'll be like, I don't understand the purpose of, and then he goes down to the ground, and it's like, like
Yeah,
Mjolnir.
like you can't. Your hand is just. It's not crushing you, but you can't move.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it like Mjolnir? Like no one can.
The only difference
only
is
him.
instead of worthiness, it's greed, and I have more greedy than you are.
I mean,
Great.
I'm seeing a look on your face,
Yeah, I
Pablo.
think
Do you
you know
want to try
what
something?
I'm going to try something. But it's like,
Oh, well, most impressive, Mr. Payne.
It's my prized possession.
Well, at least we finally have something in common. For you see, big things do come in small packages.
and he starts to flex, and he can't raise the coin, but instead he takes his hand. It's wooden floors.
No, shag carpet.
Shag carpet.
No, but shag carpet would be on top of wooden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he takes his hand, like more kind of like a claw kind of shape of hand. He goes, and recoils his arm and like shoots it through the ground.
Someone's bagging below.
He I saw him below. You go, oh!
And all mites his hand. Boom.
He grabs the
Holy shit.
he grabs the floorboard that his hand is resting on and rips it out with the carpet and the floorboard, and he still has the coin like this, but he's lifted the floorboard that it's lifting on, that it's sitting on.
He out physics the fucking coin.
But yeah, I out physics the coin.
Wow. Ain't that a nice little trick? I call the coin back.
And it flies
Launches
out.
the fucking floor.
Yeah, the wood. Yeah.
I just want you all to know that there has been so many like innuendo moments, like, you know, Big and Hairy showing off.
This is the adult edition.
Yeah, no. So like I've been wanting to say this, but the entire time Daisy has just been making like facial gestures, like every single like innuendo. She's been keeping track of all of them. She's just been keeping quiet. She's right now has just like the most smug look on her face while you guys are like demonstrating your powers and basically trying to one up each other.
Yeah.
And I look at Daisy real quick. I'm like, Daisy, keep in mind, I know you still in the room. I know you want your cut. You backstab us anywhere, shape, or form, I'll kill you.
Honey, I only come in from the back if I'm asked.
Then we have an understanding then.
She looks at Eugene real quick and then back. Alrighty. So, what's the plan, boys? All right, so wrapping this up, Samuel, you still have 2 questions.
Right.
What do you want to know about the casino?
I guess the main thing is, are we going to want to hit the main office or the vault for our stuff? From what we gather, the high rollers area is where it sounds like all the shadiness is happening. But the vault seems like that's where my money would be. That's where any kind of real valuable is going to be locked away. So we want to know before we go.
Okay, so with that question, you're pretty much on the money. Your money specifically, and also like all the little trinkets that were bet during the game, that's more than likely going to be in the vault.
Okay.
However, you do know that in Dahlia's main office, she does keep like trinkets and stuff of value.
Okay.
So this book that they're talking about, if she thinks it's valuable, it might be in her main
it'd
office.
be like-
Keeps it close to her.
So it'd be in her private collection of like her own private vault.
Yes.
Okay. And then my third question is going to be, do I know what's the schedule at the Rolling Note in terms of how things are operating?
Is schedule for what specifically here?
When Melody comes on performance, when the trucks are coming in and out, that sort of thing.
Okay.
The everyday schedule.
Or when guards are changing shifts.
Usually the club opens around 6. And, you know, most people don't come.
Night or day?
Night.
No, yeah,
6 p.m.
It's an
Yeah.
establishment.
Are you about to like walk through the day of this place?
Not really. Just kind of go over like the big points.
So I was gonna say. Not copyrighted. Go ahead and explain the schedule.
You know I add music in post, right?
Yeah. But I was gonna say you could.
He's giving you a suggestion.
I'm also helping so you don't have to do that later. So go ahead.
Cool.
And
Let's-
so,
let's
what's
do
the
it.
schedule of the day at the Rolling Note?
So here's the schedule. So the club opens at 6 p.m. Most people don't show up around this time, but some of the people who want to get their early gambling in start here. This is mostly for like the burnouts or the slot junkies. And then as the night grows longer, the more sophisticated come in, and this is where. Oh no! You need to finish this now, Pablo.
Yeah, probably put yourself in a pickle.
The more sophisticated come in, the roulette table starts spinning, blackjack starts being called, and then Melody when she does her performance will usually start around 9 p.m. And that will go on until about 9:30, 10 if the crowd is truly feeling it. And, people will just kind of have like a nice night, and then the night will go on longer and longer. But the guard shift usually happens about pretty much like 15 minutes before Melody's main performance. So that way, like during the time of like, when people are most active, there's a fresh set of guards. And finally, there's a late evening shift as well that usually switches out around midnight. The thing is, though, is that these guards are pretty pretty close knit, so it's usually like the same set of guards like shifting out each day. There's not a large group of guards here.
What time does the casino close?
I'd say 2 a.m.
No, just an 8 hour. Wow, 3 guard shifts in 8 hours?
Gotta keep fresh faced.
Yeah, damn, these guards must get paid shit if they only work in 4 hours.
Did you not hear the brothers, Lenny and Benny? They clearly don't have a fucking AA.
Are they the full security? Are they the full muscle team, or is there?
They're the head security. They do scheduling.
No,
They do the beatings.
They're all muscle, baby. Okay. All the guards. The job interview is they put like a nut on the table and they tell them to crack it.
Okay.
Benny cracked it with his dick.
No, but and you mentioned the van as well. You aren't truly privy to like the van schedule, but that's because the van doesn't really have a schedule. It will just show up, and like the reason there's also like a lot of guard shifts is because a lot of times guards will go and do other things during the night, and then they'll come back. That's pretty much the schedule of the rolling note.
Okay,
perfect.
And with that, you tell that information to your compatriots, and as you spread the map out onto the bed, Samuel, Leo, Eugene, and now Daisy.
Eugene lets him out of the cupboard. He flies out onto the lamp.
The 5 of you stand over the map and begin concocting the plan for your heist.